Hiya everyone, I'm sure we're all too familiar with the infamous ethical thought experiment, the trolley problem. The story of a trolley on the loose barreling down the railway track.
But it was even harder to control than when he was going down again.
Ahead on the tracks, there are 5 people tied up and unable to move. If you pull this lever, the trolley will switch to a different set of tracks with just one person tied to it.
5 workers on this track and 1 over there. Here are the levers to switch the tracks. Make a choice.
The thing is, ethically speaking...
No time, dude! Make a decision!
Well, it's tricky! On the one hand, if you ascribe to a purely utilitarian... Hey, I can do this. I am choosing to switch tracks, so that way I only kill one person.
Oh, forgot to tell you, this is the scenario where you actually know one of the people. It's your friend Henry there.
How are you, mate?
Eric, move!
Oh, nice trolley.
Out of the way!
I can't, Cheaty. My boots are stuck in the track.
Damn, when is this ever gonna happen in real life, right? Philosophers are really full of absurd fantasies. This thought experiment by Foot set out a whole cult dedicated to the study of what we call trolleyology. There's Pushing the Fat Man, the Lazy Susan, the Dicks, the Bridge, Jim Carrey, and so on and so forth. Maybe you will also pull the lever if it's your boyfriend getting hit and not if it's your ex. The possibilities are unbounded. And this intense debate, yeah, I assure you, is intense. Different gangs were formed to contend with each other. There's a faction of deontologists versus consequentialists, the killing versus letting die, the cultural relativists versus universalism, the morally reprehensible gang versus not, and so on and so forth. Isn't it impressive how much people can disagree over a single thought experiment which sounds as ridiculous as this one? What's interesting is a new study got published recently by the PNAS, the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences of the USA. I think they have too many offs. Anyway, I did a quick Google search. Seems legit. Got its own wiki. So, PNAS did the largest cross-cultural study of moral preferences and sacrificial dilemmas. The results showed substantial country-level variations, with Eastern countries less likely to pull the lever for the greater good. They showed that low relational mobility, where people are more cautious about not alienating their current social partners, is strongly associated with the rejection of sacrifices for the greater good. In other words, people from certain Eastern countries are slightly more conscious of being seen as uncool by their fam, resulting in a lower rate of pulling the lever to achieve a greater good. So these geographical trends are interesting as it allows us to ask even more questions, like how important is someone's culture in determining their ethical decisions? Is morality even really relative? Why is there such a discrepancy between the East and West? How does this result help governments formulate policies in the future? Okay, let's relax. The trolley problem is important because it's pertinent to many real-life scenarios. Take, for example, the COVID-19 situation. Governments are called to action weighing between the economic implications of lockdowns versus business as usual. This situation is analogous to the trolley loop problem, since if people are dying from the virus without containment, then the country will be hit anyway. And another question is, how do you allocate limited ICU beds?
Physicians would imagine that they would have less chance of survival. So the few ICU beds that were available would have to go to younger people who were more likely to survive the disease. So they're very tough decisions for doctors to have to make. But
is it really about optimizing benefits? Should the algorithm prefer younger people to older? So many questions when it comes to ethical moral dilemmas. Another not-so-distant, soon-to-be potential ethical dilemma nightmare in the making is self-driving cars. Should they be able to swerve and knock down an identified criminal instead of a group of children? Many real-life ethical dilemmas are reminiscent of a type of trolley problem. However, we must be careful of simplifying ethical decisions to the trolley problem. Reductionism does not always work. Many ethical questions are very complex. We're making the right progress by asking more questions.